What is up, everybody? My name is Justin. This is Forever Self-Employed, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the 3 reasons that you don't have customers. I'm going to be breaking these down in today's video. I know for a lot of people who are just starting out their business, this is really one of the pain points, as well as people going through a hard economic time. A lot of times, that's more of a mental thing. So in today's video, I want to give you guys a mental shift, as well as I want to give you a strategy for how you can start acquiring more customers into your business. Because if you're somebody who just kind of goes about things and you're like, we'll just figure it out, or times are tough right now, but you're not taking action steps in order to make your situation better, hopefully this video can give you some ideas on some different things that you can start implementing within your business so that way you can start driving more and more lead flow in. Like I said, make a mental shift and kind of give you some of the strategy side of what you need to be doing in order to acquire more customers. But before we get into this one, I do want to let you guys know we are doing a little bit of a special on our 6-figure marketing framework. This is a course that me, Mike, and Aaron put together. In the course, Mike goes through every single facet of his marketing strategy in order to drive multiple 6 figures in sales into his business every single year. We go through every single one of his marketing strategies, as well as in that course, Aaron goes over his Google strategy for getting huge leads into his business for absolutely free using Google. So if this sounds like something you're interested in, check the first link in the comment section description. Like I said, I'll have a coupon code down there below, and it also comes with a money back guarantee. So if you try everything in the course and you don't make your money back, you don't make your investment back, we have a 100% money back guarantee. We will send you a refund. So check it out, first link in the comment section description. But let's go ahead and jump right into this video. So the first point that I have for you guys on why you don't have more customers into your business is you don't know where the customers are. So this kind of goes into multiple things, but not knowing where the customers are. I remember whenever I started going to college in a new area, it was about an hour away from where I was living. And at the time I was getting most of my leads off of Facebook ads and flyers. Well, when I moved to the new area, I didn't know where the big neighborhoods are. And a lot of you guys kind of struggle with that. Maybe you're not as familiar with your town. Maybe you're not as familiar with the more affluent areas or where the wealthier people reside. And that's kind of where I was whenever I went to this new college. So I didn't know where the wealthy areas were. I didn't know where the big subdivisions were, so I couldn't pass out flyers. And then when I was running my Facebook ads, I was really having a hard time dialing in exactly where I wanted to be with those because, like I said, I was in a new area. I didn't know where those affluent parts were. So my number one thing for you guys is you don't know where the big areas are. You don't know where the more affluent parts of town are. You don't know where the people with money live and where they shop and where they take their kids to school. These are things that you need to become familiar with. You also don't know how to target them. You don't understand the processes behind how these people even find someone to do the service. So when we break this down and we think about like, okay, Janice is looking for somebody to clean her house. What is she going to do? The first thing she's going to do is Google it. She's going to Google someone to clean her house. And if you don't know how to get your business to rank high on Google, if you don't have a Google My Business listing, you're not going to know how to get in front of Janice. Also, people make buying decisions based off of pain points. So their holidays coming up, or their family going to be coming to their house. You need to know how to kind of pinpoint these pain points and reflect them in your ads whenever you're running them towards these people. So number one, you don't know where the more affluent neighborhoods are. You don't know where the people congregate that have the money, and you don't know the processes behind how they make their buying decisions. So that's what we need to get familiar with. We need to figure out where the big people stay. How can we get flyers to those people? How can we go door knock those areas? How can we run ads to those places? And how are most of these people making their buying decisions? Is it on Google? Are we on Google? Are we ranking high enough to get those calls? That's something that we need to figure out as well. Number two, you're not diversified enough. You're relying solely on 1 or 2 lead sources. You're relying on word of mouth. You're relying on old customers. You're relying on, your cousin to get you jobs, or just random jobs to just come in on the phone. This is something that I see a lot of people who've had businesses for a long time. They resort to these older marketing tactics of like just word of mouth and shaking hands, and they gonna call, and I did a good job for them, just kind of hoping things get better, hoping that the phone starts to ring. And if you really want to take a hold of your business and you really want to have success in your business, you really need to take your success into your own hands. And we're going to kind of get into that in point number 3. But first things first, you need to get diversified. You got to think of marketing like a net, and the more nets that you cast, the more lines that you cast, the more fish that you're ultimately going to catch. And it's the exact same thing with marketing. If you're running Facebook ads, if you're running Google ads, if you got the Google My Business, if you're passing out flyers, if you are doing every door direct mailers, if you are putting out yard signs, you can see how all these different things start to stack up. And then you got your referrals, and then you got your word of mouth, and then you got like when the truck is parked out in front of somebody's house, they stop by and they say, hey, can you give me a quote as well? Whenever you put all of these different marketing tactics into place, they start to compound. So instead of you just being like kind of wishy-washy with your marketing techniques and being like, oh, well, the phone's going to ring, somebody's going to call, somebody's going to need it, take the actions in your own hands, put together a strategic plan of how you're going to hit as many people as possible with as many different tactics as possible, because like I said, they'll start compounding on top of one another. Somebody that you got off a yard sign, you'll be doing their house and somebody will pull up and they'll be like, hey, I see, they'll see your truck and they'll be like, hey, I need a quote as well down the street. And then you'll go and do that one and they'll say, hey, my work needs something done. But if you don't put the yard sign out, if you don't run the Facebook ad, if you don't run the Google ad, if you don't rank your Google My Business, you're not going to get in front of the people, and you're going to be solely reliant on one or two lead sources that could dry up, and you could ultimately go out of business that way. So number 2, you need to diversify. Last one for you guys is you're making excuses and you're not putting in the time. So this one's going to be kind of me pushing you guys a little bit, right? A lot of the questions that I get on the channel is, Justin, how many flyers do I need to pass out to get jobs? How many ads do I need to run? How much money do I need to put behind these ads? How many groups do I need to post in, right? How many yard signs do I need to put out? You need to take massive action. Whatever you think you need to do, you need to multiply it times 10, and you need to just go do it. You need to put together an action plan of things that you could be doing every single day to put yourself in the best possible position for next week, next month, next year. You need to think of all this stuff as compounding interest, right? So like, if you put money in the bank, what's better, putting money in the bank every single day, or just putting a couple dollars in the bank every, on a whim, whenever you feel like it? It's exactly like putting money on the bank. How is compound interest supposed to work for you and your money when you're not consistent with how much you're putting in or how much money you're putting in? It's the same thing with your marketing. You need to be super consistent. You need to take massive action. You need to put together a game plan, and you need to follow the game plan. You need to be doing this every single day, because like I said, those actions will compound over time. Stop asking how many flyers does it take. Stop asking how much money I need to put behind ads. Stop asking how many groups I need to post in. Just make it be like, I'm gonna pass out flyers in a neighborhood a day until I land jobs. I'm gonna pass out yard signs in as many different places as I need to until I land jobs. I'm gonna pass out as many flyers. I'm gonna run as many ads. I'm gonna post in as many groups as I need to until the jobs come in, and do it every single day. So I'm gonna run through the steps one more time for you guys. A, you don't know where your customers are and you don't know how they're making buying decisions. Secondly, you're not diversified enough, so you need to get those lead sources up. And then lastly, you're making excuses and you're not putting in the time. Don't ask how long it's going to take. Ask how long can I do this for, and how long can I stick with it, and how long can I be consistent for. So word of the day is going to be take action. Comment that down below and I'll hashtag you a real one. Like I said, check out the 6-figure marketing framework course. It goes over every single facet. It goes deep into every single facet of marketing for your business. Anyway, my name is Justin. This is Forever Self-Employed. And until next time, hustle hard and get that money, baby. Peace.